Growing up in our household, I was very influenced by my grandmother and my grandfather. Being Italian, that was our nonno and our nonna. And nonno came through Ellis Island in New York when he came here as a young man. And then he called and wrote a letter for my grandmother, Nonna, to come. And he asked her to marry him. And so she came through actually Canada. And as soon as she got her here, they were married and ended up having 5 girls and a boy, 6. And they were definitely the influence and created all the traditions that I felt growing up. So my mother, whose name was Irma Rose Agnes Jacopuzzi being our Italian name, met my father through his sister. My father, his mother died when very young, so he took on the whole Italian persona. In fact, he started the Mazzini Club in San Pedro, which was an Italian social club. Everyone thought he was Italian, but it was my mother. So anyway, my whole influence then was Italian. So the most important thing Father always said was fitness, family, friends, and fun. Right. And probably the biggest tradition that I got from my mom and dad, and also from her mom and dad, and I'm hoping to pass on to my children, is the love of family and of always being together. So for every holiday, people don't go fly and travel here and there. We all get together in somebody's house. It always was my mother's house. My mother was the gathering place in San Pedro, California. Not a big house, but we even had 100 people in there at a time. So we'd all get together for all Easter, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, and until recently, when the family got way too large, we would celebrate Easter with our extended family, and sometimes we'd have 100 people. And my husband, a tradition he carried on was making piñatas for Easter, and he made the greatest piñatas of rabbits and chickens. Anyway, and then the kids would all line up, and we would do that in the Easter egg hunt, and that became our Easter tradition. But Christmas and Thanksgiving, our families all get together, and it's a wonderful thing to see all the cousins together, just like I was with my first cousins. Now my grandkids are with their first cousins.
Family was very important to them, but there was another tradition that they valued greatly: food.
When I think about our family traditions, I always think of big get-togethers with food and laughing. So I think all of our traditions revolve around either cooking or eating food. And then the cookies. There were always cookies, plates of cookies everywhere for every occasion. Weddings, birthdays, funerals. It was always a big thing at my grandma's to set out all the different cookies, and then we would walk around like an assembly line and assemble them onto plates, and then we'd bring that to wherever the event was. And I think like baking, I've always loved baking, and I think I get that from my grandma, because when I think of cookies and I bake, I think of her.
The most important thing in life is love, being good, but being loved, and the love of family, and also friends, and the love of these traditions that we have, that we gather together.